Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is John Hayes. Um, Today we are on an outing. I thought it's like since the beginning of this year I've never made any video, so now why not start a year with a big bang. Yeah, what we're gonna be doing today is to go into the city center of Pretoria. It's quite history that has happened in the past, so let's go and see what the place has for us, and we'll discuss when we get there. See you in 5. We are back and we continue with our video. We're gonna first take the 360 of the square. That statue you see over there is the statue of Paul Kruger, and as we move on to the other side where we started off, we see the building here just in front of me. It's the old city wall of Pretoria. It's called the O Ratsal. That's an Afrikaans way of pronouncing it, the O Ratsal. And as we move slowly to the other end, 64. So the building where the Rivonia trial took place was somewhere here in the Pretoria Central. So the beauty and everything that is going on here, it was built between 1840s to 1900, at the beginning of the 1900. That's where all these beautiful buildings were built. So we move and then we're gonna go into the Palace of the Justice, where the trial of Nelson Mandela and the other Rivonia trialists took place. Let's go to it. The beautiful picture of the building we see where the track is now. It is where the Rivonia trial took place. It's called the Palace of Justice. That's the most important building that mapped our history in South Africa to be where we are. By then, this place was one of the places where you couldn't just do as you please. But the one thing that I like about our city here in Pretoria is when it comes to the care, it's been taken a good care of. So here it's where people come for lunch, and there's a business that is taking place here, people that are taking pictures. If you are looking to take a picture, you can take a picture immediately, you get it with you. Keep those memories that you're gonna have in the future to show your grandkids when you go up. And yeah, just like to keep the track of your life, what has been happening in your life, and things like that. And the other important thing that people need to know about the city is in the late 1800s, the city used to have the transport system. It was different by then. The buses went there, and then the transportation in the city was the tram train. And the tram train, it started earlier on. It was pulled by horses. It was moving from here in the city center, there's a building there where you'll purchase tickets and stuff. It's still there to even today. Just in front of the red building there, the city council buses, you can buy your ticket over there. And then there's a new bus system that is called the rapid the BRT bus system. It's also transporting people across the city. And going back to the tram trains, before the buses, the tram trains were being pulled by the horses at the early stage of the system. And then as time goes on, that's when they brought the electric trains, that the tram trains was using the way they were operating electrically, no longer operating by horses. And yeah, so the tram train was moving from the city center. It was going all the way to the union buildings, but using the route that was going through Sunnyside. Then it goes to the union buildings, then it comes back there. And there are some of the buildings in the union building on the left hand side when you are going to the east of Pretoria, where you will as you drive going to the east here, there's a building. As I was saying, when you drive you're going to the east of Pretoria using the Church Street, and which was called the Old Pretoria Road. When you go towards the east on your left hand side, just before the union building, there's a small building there. It used to be a train station, the tram station for people that were going up to the union building and the ones that were coming back into a city center. So that's how Pretoria used to be like in the olden days. So these buildings that you see around here, they are so significant, and to the point where now it's a pool for recreation. Like if you want to come and learn more about the city, and you can even if you want to go inside the buildings, you want to see what it's going on. The furniture is still old and stuff. I managed to go to get inside and check what was going on, but I wasn't allowed to take pictures and all those things, because I wasn't on an official visit, because you have to pay for you to go inside the Palace of Justice. And if you wanna go and see how these old buildings are like. But what I can say about them is, if inside the buildings, there's the furniture, it's quite vintage and with mixture of gold. Some of the furniture is red and then or maroon. You know, as men sometimes we are colorblind. Some of them are like green, and then some are maroon or red, and with a blend of gold and all that. But it's quite a beautiful place, and if you are into vintage things and stuff, I think this is a perfect place to come and learn how things used to be like in the olden days and all that. And there's tour guys. If you want, you can pay them, and then they will help you through and see you. If you pay the fee, you can be able to tour the whole city, because those companies are the companies that will take you all around the city, not just only here in the city center. But I think the prices varies if you just want to see what's going on inside the buildings, and if you want to learn more about the history of Pretoria and all that. Yeah, but all in all, that's how the city used to be like. As, but one thing that I must say is one thing, as I was saying, like one thing that I must say is, if you check by the statue, there's a fence. The statue have been fenced up, so for you to get access, like I did earlier on, you need to communicate with one of the people that are holding keys to get inside there, and then only people that are allowed to be in there are those who are going to take pictures. If you take pictures, you pay the guys, the photographers. They are the ones that are only allowed to get with you inside there. You can't just go inside and do as you please, because the reason for the sculpture or the statue to be fenced up was because the EFF, at the early beginning of the EFF, when it was starting, there was a fee. It started as Jones Must Fall in Western Cape at the varsity there, and then they took down the statue of Cecil John Rhodes. Cecil, South Africa looked like here in Church Square and all that there. So these vintage buildings will always be here. I don't think there will be a year where they could be demolished, because this is a beautiful place. It needs to be taken care of. If you can check most buildings here, they look like the Union buildings, they're crafted with stones and all that. If I'm standing here in the middle of the city, of Church Square, you will think that I'm somewhere in Europe, or because most of these buildings, I can say it was a copy and paste of the old European buildings and stuff. Because I think that's the reason why these buildings will always be here. They won't be demolished. Instead of demolishing these buildings here in the city center, there are more cities that are being developed outside of the Joburg city center and the Pretoria city center. There's new buildings that are coming up. They are building new cities around there. Here in Pretoria, we have a new city in the east of Pretoria. Apparently, when the whole project is done, it's gonna take right up until to 50,000 house units. So the construction has already started. Some of the buildings the previous year were being occupied, and they will eventually and the roads are being widened. The infrastructure around the new city place is being built to enable the traffic to follow nicely. They are connecting a new city into a new road link that is going to take you straight into the R21. When you are on the R21, you can either go north or south, so that you can the interchange will be able to take you to Joburg using the R21, or you can access the N1. So yeah, this is how the city center of Pretoria is looking like. It's beautiful, and everything being taken, a good care taken of it. And yeah, if you are here in Pretoria, you can just grab a drink and sit underneath the shades, enjoy yourself, and enjoy the beautiful buildings here, the view of the beautiful buildings and all that. You can see the vintage buildings on how people used to build in the olden days and all that. That's how our city is looking like. And yeah, we will see each other on a new video that is gonna come up, exploring the city of Pretoria. Yeah, and as we leave here, if you've been watching this video up to this point, please make sure that you don't forget to subscribe, press that like button, and if you can, please comment down there and tell me where I can improve and all that. Yeah, see you on the next video. Ciao.